Good morning. Good afternoon, ladies. Hello. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to hop on, and I'm going to pin this at the top of our Facebook group, Macro Tracking and Weightlifting for Women. If you are not there and are watching this anywhere else, please make sure to join us. It's a free community where we just like to help you solve problems, share research-based information, and help you find a sustainable and healthy roadmap to fitness and nutrition. So today I'm going to go through two posts. The first one is going to be here. I don't know how to get this side area away, so we're just going to go here. This is why I'm not in charge of tech. So it is what it is. So let me just pin this slide really quick and then we'll go on. I will prioritize your guys' questions here. So please post them in the comments and I will I'll answer those first. They'll be priority. If you're watching the replay, you can just ask the question or click my name, send me a DM, and we'll talk through it together. Okay, great. All right, you guys. So let's start with this one. So the first question was from Angie, and she said, I want help with weight loss plateaus and metabolic adaptation. This is such a great topic, honestly. I think the metabolic adaptation is going to be a great topic for research review. So I will share a lot of information now, but we'll keep that on the radar too for future research reviews because that one's awesome. Now, if you're new to me, my name's Kristen. I'm the owner of Queens of Iron. We're a team of 4 trainers. Together, we have about 20 years of experience coaching and training women in definitely always lifting. We prioritize lifting because we want to help women get the fat off through nutrition and build and shape their beautiful, feminine, fit physique through lifting. So that's the approach that we take, okay? Definitely all about lifting and bodybuilding in a healthy and sustainable way. So just so you understand who we're speaking to and basically the frame of reference we're speaking from, okay? Quick few other things about me. I know a lot of new people are coming in each day. I have my bachelor's degree in exercise sports science. I have my master's in international business. I personally have been a trainer for 12 and a half years. I was active duty military for 4 years and I trained them in fitness and also created nutrition courses and taught them nutrition courses as well. And then I launched my online company, Queens of Iron, where we do one-on-one coaching, fitness and nutrition coaching, about a little over 3 years ago. So we're very glad to be here and really just want to help you ladies find the healthy and sustainable approach for long-term success. I remember what it was like being on the other side, uncomfortable in my skin, and it sucks. So we want to help you all overcome that long-term, right? No diets, nothing like that, just long-term health and sustainability. Okay, so let's first talk about this. So weight loss plateaus and metabolic adaptation. I am going to use some clients as just examples because I think it really helps to see real world examples because every woman is so different. Now, to be very blunt, again, that's the type of trainer that I am. I like to give all the love and all the grace and support, but I'm also very blunt, okay? So most of the time it's compliance, right? Even if you're compliant, let's say 5 days out of the week, but 2 days out of the week, you're just going way off your macros, that can oftentimes totally negate what you've done over the week, right? Or whatever those 5 days were. So be really cautious. It's not an all or nothing approach. So it's not like, oh, I'm not tracking my macros today. Let's eat whatever we want because tomorrow I have to track again. That's not really the approach to health and sustainability, right? The real healthy approach would be, in my opinion, at least, and how we teach at Queens of Iron, would be let's focus on habits. So even if you blew your macros or whatever happened with macros, it's not about let's start tomorrow. It's like, let's start again right now. Like every second is new. Every second is new. Because we're practicing healthy habits, we're not just focusing on hitting a target. Did I hit it? Success. Did I not hit it? Fail. That's not really a great approach. That's an all or nothing approach, right? So instead, we always want to think about, okay, how can I be mindful in all situations, right? How can I always be thinking of healthy choices, healthy choices, healthy choices? You're not going to be perfect. Ladies, I ate 3 ice cream sandwiches last night. I'm like, that was not a good approach at all. Very rare for me to do anymore. Granted, I am very active and I can manage a lot of calories. Still not okay. That was like 900 calories in ice cream. Not okay. Why did I do it? I'm human, right? I'm going through a lot of things right now. There's a lot of emotions. Like there's all the things, right? What happened? I woke up this morning, I feel like crap, right? My tummy is all bloated. I'm kind of like I'm not communicating as well. It's crazy. Our taste buds are deceiving. We think, oh, this is amazing. I want more and more of it. But it's like, but actually, what is it doing to us after that 5 minutes of pleasure? So little, right? So little. That was a reminder to me, like, oh yeah, it's not about, oh, I did so much activity today, so I can't eat this. It's not really going to make that big of a difference. It's like, actually, that wasn't really healthy for my body. And my body's telling me that this morning, like, hey, you're not as mentally sharp as you normally are when you don't eat 3 ice cream sandwiches the night before, right? But I also just want to show none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. And it's okay. Just keep going. Celebrate your wins and successes. Be grateful to yourself and in general for wins and successes, and just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Okay. All right. Back to weight loss and plateau. So like I said, the majority of the time, it seriously is compliance and what your habits are when you're not tracking macros, or like when you go over, for example. Going over, then under eating, over, then under eating, over, then under eating is also not the best approach. Your body's not really going to have the chance to regulate. So you're not really going to see the true result of what's happening to your body, because there are so many ups and downs, bloat, not bloat, like just so much irregularity, right? So being consistent on all 3 macros, like I was sharing yesterday, and in the video where I said, I recommend hitting all 3 macros, not just protein and carb. Here's why. Where I recommend learning how. A lot of it is just getting a little bit more balance and regularity in your body, so you can see like, what is working for me? What does my body love? What do I need? So that is step 1, certainly. Okay. Now, I do actually want to share an example of someone who really did experience this. Out of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of clients, it is exceptionally rare. Like, I'm thinking of 3, but maybe 4 out of almost 500 people. It's so rare. Okay. So here's what we did. So I'm thinking of one really in particular. We still work together today. She's amazing, extremely compliant. I think we've been together a year or a year and a half now. She's been compliant almost the whole time. Not perfectly, but 6 to 7 days, truly macro compliant, great habits, good eating, like high quality foods the whole time. She's been amazing. She did take like vacations, like all this stuff, but for the vast majority, she was super compliant. Okay. Hypothyroidism. Okay. Came to me saying nothing's working. I can't do anything. Like just nothing's working. She's like 20 pounds down now, which is amazing. A beautiful body, super fit, super healthy. She's like 2 to 3 pounds from her dream weight, 2 to 3 pounds. Then her weight popped up and she said, this happens every time. I get right close to my goal weight and then it comes back up a few pounds. Normally, maybe not normally, in a lot of situations, it's actually self-sabotage. That is not what we're talking about right now. What we're talking about is she's still compliant and her body is moving, right? Now, with the hypothyroidism, she started on pretty low calories. When she first came to us, she was eating low calories. I did continue her on lower calories because we needed to see what her body could naturally handle. Usually with hypothyroidism and Hashimoto's, what I have found is it is a little bit lower calories starting than women who aren't experiencing that, okay? So what we've been doing is slowly, very slowly, reverse dieting her over time, bringing her macros up, okay? Now, when you first bring your macros up, it's totally normal to have a little bit of bloat. It's just water retention if you're having high quality food choices. It's normal to have weight go up a little bit with water retention. Like some of that stuff is normal, but it should regulate down, okay? So let me actually look at her macros really quick to tell you how far we've come up. And basically just so I can show you, I'm not going to show her specific numbers just for like confidentiality, but I can kind of show you some logistics. Okay. Yeah. So she was doing less than 1,500 calories, even down to the 13s. And now we have her almost 1,600 calories. Okay. So she, let's see. So I want to remind you, so let's see, measurement wise, she continued to go in the right direction, which is a really good thing. Measurement wise, she continued to drop, her body continued to transform. But then her weight started to plateau and we were like, WTF, like, why is your weight plateauing? Yeah. So then I said, okay, your weight is truly plateaued. You are, again, although you're seeing measurement changes, you are compliant. Something needs to change, right? So we started reverse dieting her. We started bringing her calories up. We're still doing that, which is great. And she is, okay, then she went on like this whole almost month long like vacay. So things are a little bit different now ish. Yeah. So consistently 6 days compliant, 1 week, let's see. Yeah. So 2 weeks, she was same, or 2 weeks of check-ins. She was the same measurement wise and pound went up. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. So first thing I did was say, how many steps are you getting per day? Let's increase your activity a little bit. I'm not dropping your macros. We want to reverse diet your macros. I don't want to drop your calories, but I don't mind playing with the deficit a little bit with activity, right? So we brought her steps up. The next thing, so that did actually bump her right out of it. This next, she literally dropped 1.8 pounds the next check-in when we were focusing on steps, and she's on her menstrual cycle. She was about to start a menstrual cycle before, so it could have been that versus a plateau. But she has weight-wise a few times been in the plateau a little bit. So essentially, the answer is reverse dieted, so slowly brought up macros and increased steps so far. If she goes into another plateau, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to continue to reverse diet calories. I'm not going to stop doing that, but it's like freaking slow. You guys, let's see. Sometimes, where is she? Yeah. Sometimes this is more rare, but sometimes women need a couple months at a macro set before doing another increase. Some women need 2 weeks. Some women need 3 weeks. I think 3 to 5 weeks is pretty common with consistency. Some women just need a slower reverse because their body just can't handle it as quickly or as well. So it just takes so much time to teach them how to handle that, okay? Okay, and then, so I could probably do another reverse here really soon. The thing is, we're also navigating through like the mental health side, like being scared of eating more. So it's like a lot of variables that come into play, right? Anyway, so if she continues, so I'll give her another increase here shortly. If she continues to stay plateaued, even with her steps higher, what I'll do is I think I would take off. I haven't done this yet, but this would be my plan. I think I would probably take off like maybe a third of 2 of her lifts. She lifts 5 days a week. I think I would take a third off of like, let's say, Monday, Thursday or something, and I would do cardio, a different stimuli, just something different, just something to challenge her body differently, right? That's what I really like to utilize for getting out of a plateau is different stimuli, right? So you're lifting 5 days a week, you've been consistent for who knows how long, years, right? Changing up your stimuli can be really beneficial, which is why sometimes we do sprints, right? Sometimes we jump rope between sets. That would be another useful tool that I could use for her is do a phase. So for us, a phase is like 4 weeks of training. Basically, we do a workout for 4 weeks, and then we switch it, and then we switch it, and then we switch it. So your body's constantly changing. We're growing different muscles, like that type of thing, right? So I could do a 4-week phase for her where she has supersets for every lift, and the superset is like a 45-second jump rope, right? Different stimuli, higher intensity, that type of thing. Wouldn't utilize that long term, but to kind of kick her body into something different, more loss, whatever it is that she's wanting to achieve, that would be a really great approach as well. One other approach, just that there's many approaches, but one other approach that immediately comes to mind, there's something called undulating periodization. This is really good for variety responders. Variety responders are very rare, maybe 1% of women, and they're the women, I know some of you are variety responders, I've talked to you, where you build muscles so easily and you feel so bulky and you've never really felt lean, right? You're super strong, fit, but you've never really felt lean. You are most likely a variety responder. Undulating periodization is good for you. I'll dive into that in one sec. Most of us, myself included, are volume responders, right? The more volume, to an extent, there is the law of diminishing returns. The more volume you put on a muscle, the more it grows. Again, I say to an extent, okay? We need to be able to repair it faster than we're breaking it down, not the other way around, or you'll struggle to grow muscle mass, right? Okay, now undulating periodization, there's a few ways to approach this, but it's basically like different reps and sets all throughout your workout, right? So for an example, you could do like For one workout, you could do like 14 exercises, for example. Let's say like 10. You could do like 10 exercises, 5 sets, 1 set, 3 sets, 2 sets, 1 set. Totally random, right? 12 reps. I don't know if I would do 6 reps, but maybe 6 reps, 15 reps, right? So just the stimuli, it varies, right? Variety responder, right? Again, not for most people. However, doing a phase of that, if you're like just kind of wanting to kick into different results, or if you just need even like a mental kind of change, undulating periodization is really fun. Long-term gain for volume responders, not the best approach. But again, as like even like a 2-week phase to just kind of kick your body into different stimuli, different stressors, great approach. Something to try, right? Okay. Let me think of anyone else. Actually, I'll share an example. This was from maybe a year ago or so. I worked with a client, and she thought she was plateaued. It was lifestyle. And so I tried, actually, there's 2 people that had this same situation. It was literally almost the same situation where they thought they were plateaued-ish, but it was really obvious. It was lifestyle. You could see it in the data. You could see it in the macro data. You could see it in the food logs, and you could see it in the measurements and metrics themselves. So I very lovingly and bluntly explained, oh, it's just this, like, it's just this little piece. Why don't we just do this minor tweak, tracking grams and ounces versus cups and tablespoons, or, hey, let's get a little bit more balance, or, hey, let's get some more control over the weekend instead of like binging basically every Saturday or something like that, right? That we just need to rein those in. They didn't want to go that far. They didn't want to take the self-discipline health-wise, even that's like healthy for your body, to go that next step. They just wanted to stick in their mind, I'm plateaued. It's like, you're not plateaued. Here's the exact solution that you need to do. But lifestyle-wise, they weren't willing to make that change. I fired both of them as clients because it's like, I love you, I care for you, but if you're not coachable, I can't like force your head in the water, right? Like lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. So I'm like, if you're not coachable, I can't do anything for you, but you're not in a plateau. Here's exactly how to solve it. So it really comes down to digging in deeply within yourself. How healthy do I really want to live? How healthy am I really willing to live? Ladies, in the initial change, when you're changing your habits, it sucks. Like, it's not fun, but it's so worth it. It's an investment into your future. Don't invest unhealthy habits as much as you can. You never have to be perfect, but do your best to continue investing really, really, really healthy habits over and 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 over. Okay? Again, we all make mistakes, just like last night. But that is so rare, right? Maybe once every like 6 months to a year. It's really rare. Maybe let's say 6 months, probably longer. Okay. I hope that answered that question. I do have a training. Oh, love it. Yeah, I love all these questions. I'll go in these in just a second. I do have a video called, I think it's called Deficit, Maintenance, Surplus, and Reverse Dieting. If you want that, you can just comment like phase change video. PHASE change video. In that video, I go through, here's what you can expect results-wise in all of these phases. Here's when you should change. Here's what you should see. Just all that kind of stuff. So if you want that, just let me know. It's very detailed. I hate when my eyelashes stick together. Does that happen to anyone else? Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, this is such a good question. Diane, how do you know when you need to bump up your macros, right? Like I was saying on this one client, I was like, oh, some clients take way longer, some clients don't. I don't mean to be broad, but holy guacamole, every woman truly is so different. So here's what I would say. There's so many answers. So let's go ahead and start with, I would say the majority of women. Okay, so let's say we are reverse dieting. You've gotten to we're talking about plateau. So this is different. So, this is so rare. Okay. I like to see consistent changes, right? Now, if you're in a deficit reversing to maintenance, when you're still closer in like the 15 to 25% deficit, you should still see a change each week. For us, we measure waist, low belly, hips, glutes, upper thigh, mid thigh. Okay. And weight. I would like to see one drop in those 6 data points to know, okay, cool, like we're still in the deficit. Once we hit maintenance, usually measurements, weight can fluctuate a smidge. Most women, it's like 2 pounds up or down, depending on the woman, sometimes less than that. In maintenance, every like 4 weeks or so, I've seen 1 to 2 measurements drop, which is good, right? That means you're losing fat and gaining muscle, but you're maintaining your weight, right? That's really cool. It's a really fun place to be. Now, the reason why I'm like, gosh, how do I approach this is because the woman I was talking about has hypothyroidism, so it's much slower. So I guess for her, what I have been waiting for in the past is consistency and trend, right? If there's no trend, I don't want to move you too fast because I need a trend first, right? We need to see what your body's doing first to make sure that when we bump you up, you're not going to gain, right? So I want to see consistent trends down, and that could be measurement drops every 4 weeks. That's a trend. If you're there and we're still low calories, I would pop you up a little bit more. But if we start to see trends up, you've gone too high or you reverse dieted too fast, right? I always err on the side of slow. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, right? And so for her, it was the reason actually I haven't done an increase in a couple of months was one, we were wanting to drop just a little bit more. So I didn't want to reverse her too fast, basically. But also she was going on this like several week vacation. So it was like, we were reversing to manage that more, but I didn't want to put her too high because then if she went over on vacation, then she would be like a lot higher when she came back. So it was like this fine balance and dance of like, I want to protect your results for your mental health. So I don't want to move you too fast, especially with this vacation coming up, right? Now that she's back, what we've been doing is basically getting that trend to come back down. Okay. She's ready. So I have a note for me to reverse her the 13th. Yeah. So in like 11 days. And so that was about a month and a half. So let's say about 6 weeks post vacay. She is much slower than most people because of the hypothyroidism. And also I think there's a lot of like, just kind of mental barriers to break through. And I want to respect that, right? We always want to respect where women are at. And it's only been 4 check-ins without a menstrual cycle, right? And so it's just making sure we have a solid trend, and then I can bump her back up. So a trend being your waist measurement is dropping, your low belly is dropping, glutes, I don't mind if they go up, right? We want to grow our glutes. Legs are dropping, but her legs are shredded. And so in reality, what I'm expecting is low belly to go down, glutes to go up, and weight we want to drop down. I think 2 more pounds is her like dream goal, but she's growing muscle and losing fat at the same time right now, right? And so it's such a dance. When women are really like 5 pounds or less from their goal weight, I'm just looking at her goal really quick. 130, 135. So we're actually like 7 pounds from her dream weight. However, she might find her body is healthier at a higher weight, right? So when you get down to like, oh, I never thought I could be here, like this is new territory for me. Yes, you have a number in mind, but you really also need to respect like where does your body love, where does it feel healthiest, and where do you feel comfortable at? You'll find it. You'll definitely find it. Cool. So I kind of lost my train of thought of where I was just going with that. But basically, we want to get her low belly down, her glutes up, and she does want to be at a lower weight. So yeah. Did I answer that, you guys? So I will increase her. Yeah, probably. Yeah, on the 13th. And that, yeah. So, okay, I won't repeat all that. I know that was a lot of info. Does that make sense, you guys? Does that answer the question? Let me know. Let me know if you have further questions, and we'll chat through it. Okay, cool. Yes, I love it. You can definitely learn more about my coaching program. Go ahead and click my name. I'm sorry, I can't see your name. I will be able to see it when I get off. But go ahead and click my name and send me a message. We'll chat through it. Totally. Love it. You will collapse time. It's so much faster, right? With a mentor guiding you through like from point A to point B. Okay. Yeah, Trish, I'm investing in my health, but you're right. It's hard. Yeah, the habit change. Yep. And I think maybe instead of, so I love to reframe, right? I always try to help women reframe as much as possible. And so instead of thinking like, this is hard, this is hard, this is hard. You can think, this is different and I can do hard things, right? This might feel hard. It's just different. I'm not used to it. I maybe don't have the tools yet for it, right? You have to learn tools. That's lifestyle coaching. You got to learn the tools. You can't just like invent them. You can, but so much trial and error. Oh my gosh, it takes years. So yeah, it's like get the tools, practice the tools, and it's just practicing and just knowing I can do hard things. This is different. I'm so grateful for when all this compounds and it's not hard anymore and it feels amazing. I'm gonna be so proud of my past self, right? It's very real. It's a very real thing. Okay. Yeah, I got you, Diane, for the face change. Robin, got you. Yep, totally. Okay. All right, so let's pop over here, Dan. Yeah, good. I'm glad that made sense. So you're in a deficit for months. Measurements are changing, but not your weight since April. So the first things I would question is I would want to check your compliance. For sure, compliance. When are you taking weight? Is it after a day of non-compliance? Like how compliant are you for all these months? And then I would say, I would wonder if you're in the right deficit, but then you might be ready for reverse. Yeah, and you have hypothyroidism. Yeah. It's definitely more tricky with hypothyroidism. It's very doable. It's just slower. Cool. Yeah, good question, Julie. I love this question. How often should a person recheck their macros when losing weight? Yeah, just use those macros until they stop working, right? Some women can be on the same macros for a year and achieve amazing results for 52 weeks. I'm not joking. So it's really just how they're working, how you feel, right? We do essentially high protein, moderate fat, high carb, right? And so, but some women, they feel better on higher fat, lower carb. So it's like, okay, cool. Let's just drop your carb and increase your fat, right? So monitor what are your results over time, each week, or however much you track. And then how do you feel? Physically, mentally, emotionally, energy-wise. Yeah, cool. Great, ladies. Okay. I love it. Thanks for being here, ladies. This is awesome. All right, so let's keep going. This is also a fabulous question. Stephanie, when building your workouts, do you want to alternate muscle groups? For instance, I'm focusing on glutes for the next 6 weeks. And after that, can I focus on glutes again, but different exercises for another block of time? Yeah. So in case anybody's confused, what she's saying is, and Stephanie, what I hear you saying is, you're putting a lot of volume on glutes. So she's saying she's focusing on glutes, right? Which means if you're saying that, that means your program, number of sets wise, the highest number of sets by muscle group should be glutes. Is that correct? So then she's saying, can I do this again? Is it safe for me to do this again, right? This is a beautiful question. But she's saying, can I do high glute volume again, but do different exercises for another block of time? I am like drooling at the mouth. I love this question. I love program design so much. It's so interesting. Okay. So I'm trying to think of how to just kind of down and dirty easily break this down. So it's really important to have balance in your workouts. And what I mean by that is like monitoring how many sets per muscle group you're training per year, right? Or per 6 months or whatever. Because otherwise it's like, what if you're putting, for example, actually, I'll give a personal fail. I'll share a personal story and fail. Actually, it was one of my clients who is still working with today, funnily enough. This was years ago. And she goes, my calves are flat. She's like, she loves her body, phenomenal physique. And she's like, but I feel like my calves are flat. I'm like, it's because I didn't put enough volume on your calves. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry, And so that was a really good lesson. Like, oh my gosh, like I put this amount of volume on it. At the end of a year or whatever, she felt like she wanted them much bigger, right? And every woman is slightly different, right? Every woman wants something a little bit different. And so it just dawned on me. I was like, oh my gosh, like, all these teeny muscles, it's just so important volume-wise, shape, physique, outcome-wise. Additionally, for injury prevention, right? We naturally, as a society, as a world, are quad dominant. right? We sit down, we stand up, we go on the toilet, we walk upstairs, we walk, we do so many steps. We're very quad dominant. So if you don't have a lot of hamstring work or posterior chain work, right? Back, glutes, hamstring, calves, right? The back of your body, you can be at risk for injury, right? And so she's saying, can I put that much volume on my glutes and be okay? And I think you're probably saying health and injury prevention wise, but for sure, what's it called? Physique wise, right? I believe hell yes, you can do it again. But what I would do is, let's say like this phase, you did glute ham focus, right? Because a lot of glute exercises use your hamstrings. Next phase, do glute quad focus, right? Next phase, do only glute focus, right? That's totally fine. There's exercises you can do that don't use much of your leg and just use glute. I did that for actually that same gal. She's like, I don't want to grow my legs at all. I just want to grow my booty. I'm like, let's go. And it worked great. But now we're building her legs, which is fun because she wants a little different shape. So I love it. It's so fun. It's like a potter with clay. It's just so fascinating to me. So anyway, I hope that answered your question, Steph. If you have more questions, let me know. But yeah, just focus. You can let me know, like, how many sets are you doing per week for your glutes? How many are glute ham? How many are glute quad? Fun. That's cool. All right, Justin, get on the right macros, get consistent, train your lifestyle habits, love. 100%. All right, so I want to go to this one now. So let me go here. I have about 10 more minutes, ladies. So any other questions, please pop them in and we'll keep chatting. So let's go through Dan really quick. So if our macros are dialed in, it's reasonable to expect we will still be making progress on our measurements, assuming we still have weight to lose. So if our macros are dialed in, it's reasonable to expect we'll still be making progress on measurements as if your compliance and macros are dialed in. Yes. 98% of the time, ladies, the issue is compliance. For real. It's all about lifestyle coaching. It's like you can't get away from it. The only way out is through. Truly, you got to train the lifestyle. Cool. Yeah. I'm obsessed with shaping. I freaking love it because the confidence it brings to women is life-changing. I love it so much. I just pre-ordered a course all about shaping the physique athlete or the female athlete. I'm so excited for it to come out. It's all about program design and it's just fun. Like you're super fit, healthy, and strong for everyday living. And you get the added benefit of feeling amazing in your clothes and your skin, right? Like why not have the best of both worlds? Have your cake and eat it too, but fit it in your macros. Okay, cool. So let's go through a few more here. Love your questions, Dan. If you have more questions, just pop them in the comments and I'll prioritize those. Okay. Some of these are pretty similar, ladies, but I still want to go through them. So Miss Christy, I may have answered this already, but I just want to verify. So I'm hitting my macros, calorie deficit, lifting and conditioning 3 to 4 times a week. I'm just not losing. I'm definitely more toned, but I'm 42 and have a midsection belly that will not budge. I would still check compliance. I hear women say all the time, they're hitting their macros. They come into the coaching program. We ask for screenshots of their food diary. It's like, girlfriend, you are not as compliant as you thought. Let's get that fixed first. So that's the first thing I would really ask is truly 7 out of 7 days. How compliant are you? 0 to 5 grams over or under all 3 macros. How many fruits and veggies are you eating per week and what are your fiber levels at? Are you balancing and spacing your foods out throughout the day or eating mass meals at one time? I know that was a blast of questions, but those are all the questions I would immediately need to know about that. If all of those truly are on point, then you need different macros or you need to reverse diet. But also this, I would say almost 100% guarantee needs to change. It is incredible how many women are doing lifting programs or workout programs that are not designed to get the goal that they want to get. It's so sad actually to see, which is why I like to teach so much on program design. But I have found that I think women don't understand the massive impact that program design really has. It's not just about working out. It's about working out the right way. The other thing, are you squeezing your abs so freaking tight every single exercise? Because every exercise ever is an ab exercise. Every exercise ever should be in perfectly proper posture, super tight, super squeezed. Everything is engaged. So that's another question I'd ask you there. Yeah, same. Okay, I'm going to go back into these. Let me take this out for a second. Okay, when I train legs, let's see. When I train legs, my lower back injuries act up. Oh, so I don't train legs. I teach spin and water aerobics. I train upper. Not sure if this is okay. What's your goal? That's the first question I'd ask Robin is okay for what? Injury prevention or what's your question? Man, I would have to dig more into this. What are you cleared for exercise wise? If you're not cleared for lower body exercise or lifts, it's like, what are we going to do, right? Control your controllables. But if you are cleared for exercise, I would actually dive into lifting form and technique because it sounds like A, you need modified workouts that will work for you, but B, it's really learning how to be in proper form and engage your abs to take the stress off your back and your spine, for sure. Yeah, I admire your work ethic and discipline, even with all of that going on. Okay, here's a good question. How many grams of fruits and veg do you recommend per day? Most ladies, 500 grams of veg, 300 grams of fruit. Some ladies, 200 grams of fruit. But 500 grams of veg might only be like 20 grams of carb, right? It's not like it's that much, depending on what sources you do. Why do I recommend that, right? A, it helps you hit 25 grams of fiber. B, it gives you lots of vitamins and minerals. C, it helps you feel full and satiated. Oh, D, your gut health, right? Improves a lot. Again, it's just whole foods, lots of micronutrients, right? Vitamins and minerals. Good question. Okay, great. All right. So let's go. Okay. Let's go back here. Not sure if this has been converted, but if I want to lose 10 pounds and gain muscle, should I be counting calories to lose weight or build muscle? Yeah, great question. For the Queens of Iron macro calculator, you would use the weight loss calories. Now, if you're on the right macros, choosing high quality foods, balancing and spacing your meals, you can gain muscle in a deficit for sure. In the protein research review video, we showed that in the research that it shows that. It's more complicated than just calories in, calories out. You can actually grow muscle. Your body can use stored fat for body recomposition. So get the 10 pounds off through a deficit. Make sure you're on the right lifting routine. Make sure you're eating enough protein to preserve your muscle mass. Make sure you're getting enough recovery time. Then once you hit your goal weight or where you feel best at, reverse diet to maintenance, stay there for several months, and then decide, okay, do I want to wean off macros or where do I want to go from here? Good question. We do track macros though, rather than calories, unless you're drinking alcohol. If you're drinking alcohol, hit your protein, don't go over calories. If you're not drinking alcohol, ignore calories and just focus on macros. Yeah, you bet. Cool, good question. Okay, all right, ladies, what's my time? Okay, cool. So, Juliana, I just keep gaining weight and it makes my motivation go away. Yeah, and some days I'm just gonna be real blunt and to the point. It's macro consistency, lifestyle coaching, 100%. Okay. Yeah, I already answered that. So, but this is actually really good for some people to see. So protein, I calculated my macros using the Queens of Iron calculator. I noticed that protein is significantly lower than other calculators. We go by research. Let me go to the group. I'll show you guys where the protein research review is. We only go by research. We don't go by influencers. We don't go by noise in the industry. We go by peer-reviewed research from the last 3 to 5 years. So if you go into the Macro Tracking and Weightlifting for Women group and type in protein research review, like that, you can see it right here. And I actually commented all the, let's see, where is it? All of the research here showing like how much protein is actually recommended, even for elite athletes, like for general population and for really active individuals. And it's kilogram, ladies, not pound. Like the telephone game went through the influencer circle. It's not pound, it's kilogram. So if you're interested in the protein research review, I would look into that. We do usually 1.8 to 2 grams of protein per kilogram body mass. Okay, great. Couple more minutes, ladies. Any other questions from you that are here? Okay. Okay, so then I answered some of this on the live, and then some of these I missed. That's why I'm coming back in here. So thanks for your patience. Okay. So let's talk through this in really quick. So feeling hungry all the time. I'm stress eating. I'm overeating, even though I eat clean. Yeah. If you're feeling hungry all the time, a few things need to happen. A, you may need to increase your macros. B, you may need to choose different food quality. We have high volume food and we have low volume food. High volume food is great if you're in a deficit. It's foods you can eat a lot of, so your stomach is super full and it feels good, but it's low calorie. Those are high volume foods. I'll show you an example really quick. The other thing is, the other one is let's see. Yeah, so I'm like, am I getting confused? Low volume foods. Low volume foods are foods that it's a small portion size and it's high calorie, like a Perfect Bar, right? So let me show you, I'm going to show you an example of high volume foods, and feel free to screenshot this, or you can just send me a message and I can send it to you. Oops. Screen share, window. Okay, so here, this is not all inclusive. This is just some examples, right? Now, sugar-free condiments, zero-calorie iced tea, this kind of stuff, you don't want to do a ton because artificial sweeteners can really mess up some women's GI tracts. So it's like just focus on like vegetables, right? Egg whites, Laughing Cow light cheese, goat cheese, berries, peaches, grapefruit, watermelon, shrimp, whitefish, chicken breast, Skinny Pop popcorn, some oats, Bright Quest protein chips, stuff like this. More vitamins and minerals in these foods, but also you can eat a lot more, a really big portion for a pretty low calorie. You can eat like 200 grams of okra, so good. Huge portion. If I had to guess off the top of my head, it's like maybe 16 grams of carb, but I feel like probably like 8. Cool. All right. Now let me go back. Yeah, so the other thing I would say is, so make sure all those things are on point, but then the other thing is you may just need to increase your macros. Okay. Perimenopause, what used to work for you doesn't now. What I have found is it's just really getting on the right macros for your body, getting consistency, and then building the habits around what works for you now, right? Your body now. We have done higher protein, higher fat, not significantly, but we do higher protein, higher fat typically for women perimenopause or postmenopause. Okay. Yeah, so she's like trying to stay out of the if it fits your macros mentality. Yeah, exactly. And so at Queens of Rhine, we really focus on health, sustainability, lifestyle, right? Really healthy living. But we want to like help you look and feel amazing in your skin at the same time, right? So we don't do, if it fits, just eat it. It's like, but are you feeding your body well? Are you taking care of your body from a health standpoint long term? Because if you're not, and it's a small amount, that's okay, balance, right? Like eat the cheesecake, it's fine. But it's like, what does the rest of your day look like? We want to make sure it's nice and healthy. Okay, cool. All right, I think I'm gonna stop there, ladies. I'm about to jump on a call with one of you lovely ladies to chat through some more stuff. If you are interested in coaching, if you're interested in helping you reach your goals at a much faster rate, at a very sustainable rate, to just get all those little kinks out so you can be successful long-term, love the skin you're in, and feel really good in your body, just comment coaching below or click my name, send me a direct message and just say, I'm interested in coaching, and we'll just chat through your goals. It's a really laid-back conversation. I just want to get to know you better. We'll talk through, what goals do you want to accomplish? What have you tried already? What do you feel like is your biggest hurdle? And how will your life change if you accomplish this, right? Like, what is it going to really do for you? And then how committed are you in all the ways, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, right? All the ways, how committed are you to making this change for yourself? Just so I can understand who you are, what type of support you need. So the team of trainers and I, there's 4 of us, so we can come in and support you. Every client has 2 trainers. We really, really take the support team very seriously. It was even proven in Harvard medical research. Having a support team by your side is vital to achieve your goal faster and in a way you can sustain long-term. We take that so seriously. So I do group coaching. I do a Zoom call for our clients once a week. And then we have like a coaching corner with like nutrition, weekly wins. I do lifting videos in there for them, general questions, stuff like that. And then you'll also have a client success trainer. We have Katie, Megan, and Sierra, amazing trainers, great experience under their belt. They are one-on-one point of contact for you all throughout the week. Like, is my lifting form right? How do I hit my macros? Am I even doing this right? How do I go out to eat? How do I do that? Women share recipes. Like, it's so much support. We care about you a lot, and we're just here to help you achieve your goal healthily and sustainably. So if you're interested in that, like I said, comment coaching or send me a message and just say coaching and we'll chat through it. Lovely, ladies. Tomorrow we'll go ahead and come on and do a research review, and then next Wednesday, same time, we'll do another Q&A, and I'm actually going to keep this post pinned at the top of our group, so you can just keep commenting below, and I'll even make a comment like, hey, post more below for, August 9th Q&A, and then we'll come in and keep answering questions, keep solving problems. We definitely want to support you as best as possible. So great, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Again, let me know any questions you have. I'm always here to chat, so send me a message anytime. I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later.